Okay, this is on an archive. Yeah, we're hiding, we're not publicly posting anything. We're kind of keeping things on the hush, on a silent. So stop asking questions, even though you didn't ask any questions. Um, Excuse me, I burped. Right now, I'm about to launch Path of Exile so I can try to get my filthy hands on a mage blood. I don't have any mage blood farming tech, so if any of you people know something, please let me know. I don't really know what video I'm going to put up for this video either, but I don't want it to be super long either, but it's going to be a yap session either. That didn't really add up. What I wanted to talk about is because I was thinking about it earlier was Borderlands. Hey, Gearbox, Grindbox, whatever your name is. I believe it's Gearbox. It just feels weird saying Gearbox. I gotta see it. Whatever. So Borderlands, right? Some very interesting things that I think I would want to talk about with Borderlands. First and foremost, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening in Borderlands? Let's be honest, right? Like, here we are playing. Sorry, there's some like sex game on my Steam, and it's distracting me. Here we are playing, Borderlands 3, Borderlands 4. It's right around the corner. I'm super excited. I'm glad I kind of want to play it, even though Borderlands has been letting me down a little bit lately, right? I never played Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I eventually got into Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, so I've been playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So to say that I never played it or haven't really been playing it is kind of like false, because I have been putting a little bit of time into it and a little bit of effort to see how it runs and see how it plays, right? Okay. Glad that that's been said. I haven't really gotten far in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I did finish Borderlands 2. I did finish Borderlands 1. I don't think I finished pre-sequel. I want to say maybe halfway through. I plan on actually finishing it one day. I just don't know when. 3, Borderlands 3. I finished Borderlands 3. I haven't finished all the DLC to 3. I think I've done most to all of the DLC of the 2, and I don't think I've done any of the DLC in 1. My thing is, right? I love Borderlands. Well, let me rephrase. I love Borderlands 2, right? It's still up and running. People occasionally put mods on the game. The game's old. It's fun. It's cool. It's awesome. I think it's a really great experience. But something that I don't really like about Borderlands, like the upcoming whatevers, is well, I guess there's a whole bunch of things that I don't like, but I don't want to make a video talking about the things that I hate, right? That's super negative. I'd rather talk about things that I want to see in the next one. So not 4, not 5. Hey, Gearbox, can we have a separate, how do I say this? Can we have a separate series for Borderlands games, right? Like another series, kind of like how you guys did like the Telltales, based off of the Telltale series, the Telltale community. Yeah, can we have one separately for Borderlands where instead of like Borderlands 6, Borderlands 7, this is like Borderlands the Hidden Vault, the Infinite Vault, Borderlands Online, something of that sort. A live service type of game, kind of like Last Epoch, Path of Exile, something of that sort. It doesn't have to be top down or whatever. It can still be Borderlands, but I think something that would be super awesome is if we had the ability to play all of the Borderlands characters that we've been playing so far in all of the games, right? All the characters from 1, all the characters from 2, all the characters from 3. Since 4 is about to be out, all the characters from 4, all the ones from pre-sequel, all the ones from Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, get all them, plus also have the freedom to make our own specific character, right? I think that would be fire. A Borderlands game where you can choose any of these characters. And something else that I thought would be cool is, please, 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 don't let us pay for skill trees, right? Borderlands 3 came out with those little season passes. One of them had the extra skill tree on it, which, don't get me wrong, I think it's always cool to put in new content like that into a game. I think it's kind of weird that you put it behind a paywall. I can understand if you're doing I guess like a little bit like 2, where you got this new boss, this new area, these new weapons, and it's like a whole package. Whereas like with the separate skill tree, since it's kind of, well, in my experience, since I got it bundled with the season pass, kind of bundled with everything else, it feels kind of shifty. Can we get skill trees for free and everything else cosmetic you have to pay for? You know what I mean? Like, hear me out, all right? We got all the characters from pre-sequel that we can use. We got all the characters from 1. We got all the characters from 2. We got all the characters from 3. We got all the characters from 4. We got all the characters. Well, Tiny Tina's Wonderland is a creative character, so we also have our own personal creative character. We could choose from any one of these characters, right? So if we want to play as insert character here, we can use them. Or if we want to make our own character and give them insert whatever weapons, how Tiny Tina had her thing set up, we could do that as well, right? But, all right, you're listening, you tuned in, but we play basically everything we've already played again, right? All of the stories will play in order from 1 to the most recent, so 4. And then after you finish 1 through 4, you have the option to play through all of the DLCs with these characters, right? It could be your created character, or it could be another one of these characters from this big list of them, right? And just like with the natural Borderlands order, like you have to make a new character to go through campaign. So each time you start a new character, you're going from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. But like I believe in 2, it got all the way up to OP8. When we get through story, like I said, you don't have to start cooking up in the lab, right? Or actually, let's cook a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull a Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Let us have either one of these characters from one of the other games and or a created character, and we put them through this weird vault where it's like a time portal where we're essentially playing through each campaign all over again. And people will probably be like, man, that's lazy. Yes, it is lazy, but hear me out. Every few whatever boss fights or every few whatever areas, something different happens. So it's not the way the game was intended to go. It's like a vault opens up, and when that vault opens up, it's a whole bunch of just different things that are being like brought into the game. It could be like different in the case of mechanics. It could be different in the case of like a different type of boss. It could be different in the case of whatever, you know what I mean? Just kind of like randomize the weapon drops, randomize some of the enemies or whatever the case may be, throw us through. All right. Now we're playing through, but instead don't change like the game quality, you know, don't have us play on like Borderlands 1 launch graphics with like Borderlands 4 characters. You know what I mean? Let all of the worlds be high def, rescaled and remastered up to whatever gen you're putting this game on. Okay. And let these characters that we're using also match whatever scaling that there is, right? And we just go through the game with that character. Once we're completely finished and we get to like the end of Borderlands 4, whatever the end that is, because right now it is July 18th, 2025, so Borderlands 4 is not out yet. But once we get through the end of 4, that's when seasons begin, right? That's when the mapping begins, right? We start going through just a whole bunch of different areas and maps that have already been done, but now the enemies are randomized. It's a different type of enemy. We get new access to stuff that's like you can only get catered towards the season, plus the stuff that we could have gotten the base game as well. We see new enemies. Like I said, we see new areas. Basically, the throwaway maps that you would have had for 4, 3, 2, all those shoved in here, right? And just let us, you don't even have to like update the seasons super often, you know, keep it on the same season on launch for like a year, right? Let everybody dip their toes in, try the different creative abilities, you know, for all the characters that have been offered in the game, give them an extra skill tree or two that we don't have to pay for, right? Since all the characters are a little older and run off of like an older system, let's up it and make it a little more fancy, make it a little more nice, you know what I'm saying? And while all of that's going down, make everything that you pay for cosmetic. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be able to use Maya's her cock and ball torture move, but we can reskin them, right? We can make it into a galaxy. We can make it into blood. We can make it into match it with different themes from all the events from all of the games, right? For each season in each game, for anything new that's being offered, let the community come together and throw out things, put some of the people from the community, not necessarily on a team, but have like a little mini team that you circle out people's ideas in, like how Warframe does Tenogen. That way we have all these different types of renders and reskins for different types of abilities for all the characters. All the characters get their own creative like customization as far as like skins and recolors go, as well as hairs. And of course, we know you love the gun skins. So give us reskins for guns, get creative with it, get wacky with it, but let us also keep all the weapons from all the games as well. So, Borderlands 2 guns will drop in 3 and still have the like damage values, not necessarily of 2, but they kind of, scale, right? So we can pick and choose what it is we want to use. And yeah, I think that would be pretty fun, but like, please just don't have us pay like $100. All right, I paying for the skill tree in 3 hurt my soul. Okay, please don't have us do it. I'll do just about anything so that we don't. You heard it here first. Okay, you heard it here first. I will squirt on a USB drive specifically for the CEO just so that I don't have to pay for another skill tree. I would rather all the money and proceeds come in through cosmetics, through things that we don't actually need or nothing that's dramatically game changing. And if the cosmetics are really good, then the money's going to come in. But if you have to charge something, you know what I'm saying? Charge like the base game. Let it all be beta, right? Release it early so you can get a bunch of community feedback and you can fix on it as they go, right? So maybe it starts off as Borderlands 1 with their characters, right? And then in like 2 months or something, the Borderlands 2 characters plus the game comes out. Now you can play through Borderlands 1 with Borderlands 2 characters and Borderlands 2 characters with Borderlands 1 characters. Then, you can do it in order and just kind of patch it all over until it's on one big system. You know what I mean? And then, drop some like make that game like $30 if you don't want it to be free, right? And have people pay $30 if they want to play online with friends, but if they don't want to play with friends, make the game free. That way, it's more intuitive to play online and have other people join you. Make some kind of incentive if you play on. Actually, no, don't make an incentive, because I hate games that force like multiple people to play raids and stuff. It's so bad. But make it so that if you want to play online or play with friends, make it like $30. But if you want to play by yourself, it's completely free. And that way, the people who do pay $30 when the official game comes out, they pay another $30 to make $60. And the people who didn't pay at all, they pay $60 up front if they want to keep playing the game. When the game's officially out, when the game's officially out, right? And when the game is officially out, we keep all our saved data, or we get some special whatever patched over to the official game that not only lets other people know that we've been playing the game for a minute, like we've been here, but it's also just really cool stuff that we could use in the game, custom whatevers. And then eventually you start dropping events where people can get special this or special that, or you have to been on during this time to get this, or you have to grind for that to get that. I feel like that would really go crazy, because it's a live service game that you're constantly having to keep up with, and you're constantly have to pump updates out for. But instead of pumping out like a season every so or so months, if you want to be lazy and kind of work on the next game, let us be in a year-long season, man. And then when a new game's getting ready to come out, boom, pop out that new season, give us a prototype of what the new game is gonna feel like in that new season, and we can let you know right then and there if that new game is gonna be good or not, because then you'll know whether or not the community is messing with your new game before you pump it out, and we don't have to go through something where sales are terrible. Right? Come on, chat, am I cooking? Come on, chat, am I cooking? I feel like I'm cooking. But yeah, I think that would be really fun. I think it'd be cool to be able to create your own character. I feel like it'd be cool to use any one of the other characters, and you essentially just go through what you've already played, but this time it's got a little bit of a twist to it. You know what I mean? And then once it's done, you have a completely new experience that's practically ever changing, that you can grind out indefinitely. And it doesn't. I've been playing Path of Exile for a minute, so maybe that's why I'm a little heavy on that. It doesn't really have to be like a market or anything, but if you do end up going that route, I guess it could be something kind of crazy. But outside of that, just playing to like grind and just go, kind of like how Diablo 3 was. I feel like that would be so fun, right? You're constantly pumping out new ideas for weapons. It doesn't always have to be guns. You can start focusing more towards melee weapons. I'm assuming Tiny Tina and Krieg were just like prototypes towards that. So now you can really start throwing stuff at the wall, sprinkling them in, see what the community's feeling, see new builds come in, see how people are making stuff, and start importing like the Gibbed editor inside the game. So if you get a special key, how we get golden keys from like the little Twitter pages and whatnot, you play through special events, you get special whatevers. Instead of golden keys, you get insert crazy material key here. If you submit this material key to this NPC, you are quite literally allowed to build practically whatever weapon you want. Use that weapon until the season's over. When the season is over, start fresh. Everybody goes again, beginning to end, except this time it's a whole bunch of different mechanics, new stuff to fight, new things to use, and it's essentially a fresh game that you get to keep pumping out. And all while you're pumping it out, your cosmetics are keeping you afloat financially while you're also working on the next game in the background. I think that would be cool. Yeah. The CEO of Gearbox, go ahead and get at me, put me on a team. You ain't even gotta pay me. I'll be an intern. It'll look great on my resume. Put my face. I'll put my face and name on the forefront of all of it. So if it flops, hey, the world can hate me. But if it doesn't flop, hey, you still thrive from it. Let's go ahead and make this happen. My voice is cracking.